there. So I thought that it was clear. It's race baiting, clear and simple. It's playing the race card clearly. I was just disgusted to hear that.
You know, Senator, when you switched...
When my mother...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, when my mother heard that first, my mother's 104, when she heard that first comment by the head of the Louisiana Democrat Party, she called me on the telephone, 104 years old, lifelong Democrat, called me on the phone and said, Elbert, I hope that you're not involved in anything like this. I don't want you associated, I don't want our family associated with anything so foolish as this. Wow. And this is absolute foolishness.
Well, good for her. You know, there is that kind of prevailing view, it's even echoed in the mainstream media, Senator, where those who challenge the president do so because, you know, in their gut, in their heart of hearts, they just don't like an African-American in the White House, and it just sticks in their craw, and they find any way around it. But essentially, it's to mask the racism that they have in their hearts. What do you think of that?
I think that's humbug. I have been... Since Eisenhower, I have criticized every American president, every single one of them. They've always been white, and I've always been black, and no one has ever accused me of being a racist. Some of the things that I said about President Bush were terrible. As an American, I have the right to criticize every president based upon his policies, upon the things that he does. And this president has given us more than enough to criticize. We don't need to be concerned about his color or who his father was, but some of his policies are devastating to America. That's what we criticize.
Do you think the president has an obligation to shoot down a negative, or in other words, to go back and say, no, say what you will of the people, the Republicans that don't like my agenda, I don't think it's racially driven, or would that be akin to the guy who says, no, you're wrong, I haven't been beating my wife, or stop beating my wife? In other words, there's nothing to be gained for the president to say anything, or should he say something?
Well, he's never been shy about injecting race into issues, or himself into racial issues. This is a situation where he should step in and say, this is foolishness, this is divisive to America. I want everyone to know that there's nothing to do with my race, this has to do with my policies. Criticize my policies all you will, no one's going to call you a racist.
Senator, how have you been treated since you switched parties?
By Republicans,
anyone.
Very warmly accepted. By my constituents, warmly accepted. By most Democrats, my change has been warmly accepted. Members of the Democrat Party, the hierarchy, they've been fairly nasty to me. I've received bad names and threats and all that sort of thing. But you know, when my Lord sends me out to walk through fire, he puts asbestos pants on me, and so I don't have a problem with that.
Senator, it's always good having you. You always speak your mind, whether people want to hear it or not, because I know you've agitated the left.